smokes, it's a certified health nut here today to talk about GMOs, the Antichrist. Now, I don't believe in the Antichrist. However, I do believe in the Old Testament. It says never to graft the hand of God. Have you heard that, Jeffrey?
I have.
And so do you know actually where it is in the Bible?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. So that's a good answer. And so please, sir, tell us your name.
I'm Jeffrey Smith, and I'm for avoiding GMOs individually and eliminating GMOs from our food supply.
Awesome. And so so please tell us, I've gotten into a couple of debates on the street, and I'd like to know how to empower people more with people saying that GMOs don't harm the health of the human or the earth.
The American Academy of Environmental Medicine said every doctor should prescribe non-GMO diets because they're causally linked, according to animal feeding studies, with reproductive problems, immune system problems, accelerated aging, organ damage, and gastrointestinal problems. There's sufficient evidence so that the doctors are saying we shouldn't wait until there's more research. We need more research, but I mean, for example, rodents that are fed genetically modified soy had damaged testicles, uteruses, ovaries, changed sperm cells, changed embryos. Some of the offspring were sterile, some had hair growing in their mouths. It seems to affect everything. The immune system, certainly, the digestive system. It can create potentially precancerous cell growth in the digestive tract, smaller brains, livers, and testicles in one study. Larger intestines in another.
Smaller testicles. You don't need the Viagra. You just need to get off the crummy food.
And I have a picture of rat testicles that went from pink to blue after the animals ate genetically modified soy.
Wow, that's incredible. And so what's the most important message that you have for humanity right at this point right now?
We can create a tipping point of consumer rejection against genetically modified foods if we have just little as 5% of U.S. shoppers avoiding GM ingredients. If we have a
really, just 5%?
Yeah, because that's enough to demonstrate a trend, lower market share, and the same major companies have already removed GMOs in Europe and Japan, so they're looking out for a trend to catch here.
Is buying organic the answer to shunning GMOs?
It's one of the answers. You don't have to buy organic in order to avoid GMOs, but it's the best way because you get all the other benefits of organic. But we have a non-GMO shopping guide available at non-GMOshoppingguide.com. Anything in there has to be enrolled in a third-party verified system for backing up that claim.
Wow, so that's great. And so what are some of the, you know, for lack of a better term, horror stories that you've seen with the GMOs and the effects on animals, human beings, and the earth?
Well, the only human feeding study that's ever been published shows that the genes that are inserted into genetically modified crops, in this case soybeans, transferred into the DNA of the bacteria living inside our intestines and continue to function. Now, I've also seen thousands.
So it's like a nanotechnology? You got like some kind of weird robot living inside of you if you eat this stuff?
Yeah, we think of it as a science fiction way, sort of like colonization of our gut bacteria from the food that we eat. Now, I also know that thousands of farm workers in India are getting rashes and allergic and flu-like symptoms when picking the genetically modified cotton that's engineered to produce an insecticide. Now, it's also corn that's engineered to produce an insecticide, which is called Bt, or Bacillus thuringiensis, which is from a soil bacterium, and it breaks open the stomach of insects and kills them. Now, it's used in organic agriculture, it's used in forestry as a natural spray. But it doesn't mean it's safe. In fact, when it was sprayed...
Like DDT?
Yeah. When it was sprayed for gypsy moth infestation in Washington and Vancouver, about 500 people reported allergic and flu-like symptoms. Some had to go to the hospital. Now, those same symptoms are being experienced by the people picking the cotton in India.
Oh, my God. There's poison in our food and our soil. And so, okay, so what can people do at home just another time?
Okay, non-GMOshoppingguide.com, how to avoid GMOs. But we also want to invite people to join our non-GMO Tipping Point Network to get the 5%. And so you go to responsibletechnology.org, responsibletechnology.org, sign up to be part of the Tipping Point. You can join local non-GMO action groups, national non-GMO action groups. You can become trained as a speaker. You can do a click and send revolution by sending stuff out on your Facebook, on your website. So
everybody on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, get the message out. Tell your grandmother, your mother, everyone, no GMOs for the future of our species, right?
Absolutely. In fact, it's not just our species, it's all species and all future generations because we're creating contamination in the genetic code, in the gene pool. We can't fully clean that up, but we can do a good job to protect it going forward.
God bless the human beings that are out there like Jeffrey that are doing this work. So get out there now that you're turned on and spread the word. No GMOs are good for anyone, anywhere.
Especially for her.
Thanks, brother.
Thank you.